I'm so glad I prepared my clients, because now when they found all of this, it's kind of like, oh my God, I'm learning so much. There's hella crap that could go wrong with a home. I'm like, yeah, dude. And like, do you guys still want to proceed with the full price on this, knowing that the seller's not doing anything about it? I don't want to set the expectation for the client to where they know going in, oh yeah, I'm gonna get X amount of dollars credit. I don't ever want to do that, because again, things happen. And what if the house is super clean?
Yeah.
Now their expectation just kind of went down, and it's just downhill from there. So I don't like to do that at all. I make promises like that. I do my best. I advise them on getting all the important inspections, so that way we have proof that it is not us saying that we need all this done. It's the expert, the inspector saying it. They're saying, seller, that your home has all this mess. What are you gonna do about it?
Exactly.
So for me, I always try to put the ball in their court, to where I'm not the one saying anything. I'm just gonna do what's right. I'm gonna get you to think about your decision. Yeah, I'm gonna do that because it's my job. But I'm gonna also give you all the options you have available to you. Hey, look, we are gonna do home inspections, and if there's anything wrong with the home, there's a potential chance we may get credit or price reductions. But just so you know, in case the house is clean, there might not be anything to negotiate. You might be buying a perfect home already as is. Or even if there is anything wrong with the home, sellers are not obligated to accepting now requests. They could turn theirs down. In that time, I want to set your expectation and be prepared to receive that news. Because if you do hear that, is that going to be a break or make deal for you? Because if it is, I'm glad we're talking about it now.
And I love the fact that you set those expectations, because I think that's where you and I are very, very similar. We set the expectations of the worst case scenario. And at the end, our clients always, typically 9 out of 10 times, come out of less out of pocket, right? The only time that's going to be slightly different is when the appraiser falls short. I find that there's a lot of agents that I work with, and some of them are just so afraid to ask for their credits, or some of them are just so eager to please and whatnot, which is a wonderful, wonderful trait. However, when you don't set the right expectations, you're just setting up everybody to fail, right? And a lot of times when you don't set any of that stuff, like for me, I always do my closing costs and everything like that much higher, simply because I want my people just to have that opportunity to say, hey, Mr. Seller, I really like your house. I'm super prepared to not only pay for my closing costs, but yours as well. After that, once we see all those inspections, that's where you come in, and it's a beautiful thing where I can get to pass the baton, and the client gets to trust the fact that once that baton, that stress level, encapsulated in this baton, right, is passed on to you. They don't see any of that. And it's funny because a lot of times when it looks so easy and whatnot, people forget that it's actually not as easy. Okay, if it is an easy transaction, you had a fantastic agent. But if it's a difficult situation, you also had a fantastic agent as well, because it is very easy to do this business if everything was easy, right? If the borrowers are complete wage earners, salaried, everything is easy, all the assets, they don't need any gift funds or anything like that. The house appraises, the inspection comes back perfect, everything is perfect. But if any of those situations come back different and whatnot, right? There's a lot of agents out there that would say, oh, there's only a little bit of dry rot. Let's just paint over it and call it a day. Or, there's, a crack in the ceiling, that shouldn't be a big deal or anything like that. Did you really check whether or not it's a foundation issue? Did you check that it could have been a mold issue that, has been there for quite some time and causing cracks and causing molding and causing shadowing and everything like that? It's not just about painting something over and making it look quote unquote pretty so that the loan can go through.
So I have a transaction right now that I'm going through, and then I was kind of letting them know, hey, our offer is pretty aggressive. But know that is not the final price. It's just the offer price. Because after they accept it, we still have to do our due diligence, appraisals, inspections. And depending on how those due diligence go will determine room for negotiation. And so we got done doing inspections, and man, the home needs everything. Needs so much work. So the client was like, shit, what are we gonna do about this? I'm like, well, this is great. I'm glad there's a lot of work that needs to be done because now I get to go and negotiate for you. And so of course, I do what I don't normally do. I send everything over to the seller's agent and let them review it. Let them know, hey, look, you guys did not tell us of all these big issues. This is a lot of work. At the end of the day, we didn't get it to work. It's not always gonna happen our way, right? Because it was a lot of work, and it was something that even the owners, the sellers, did not anticipate. So they didn't agree to what we were requesting. We didn't agree to what they were requesting of us. So it's not gonna work. We're gonna have to cancel, and it's okay. I'm so glad I prepared my clients, because now when they found all of this, it's kind of like, oh my god, I'm learning so much. There's hella crap that could go wrong with the home. I'm like, yeah, dude. And like, do you guys still want to proceed with the full price on this, knowing that the seller's not doing anything about it? In this case, they decide, you know what, let's cancel, move on to the next. I'm like, yeah, let's do that. I think when everyone sets the expectation, they educate their clients in that way, it creates more of a bond and a trust between the expert and the client, right, and the consumer. And you're right, I don't see that happening a lot.